We'll get started here in a minute. Hang on, make a little adjustment
The mic's still muted.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 32 of the DCO Project Podcast. I'm Count Chocula. In the house today, we've got Vagrant, as usual, from the PC. Say what's up, Vagrant.
What's up?
Mr. His YouTube channel's growing.
PC elitist.
We've got Kaiser from the PS4. I have to say PS4 now. I can't say PS3 from the US. Don't confuse him with the other guy, the Spanish guy or whatever that makes YouTube videos.
Yeah, he's actually good.
I knew that was going to set you.
Please,
I
I
set
could
you
school
up
that guy every
perfect,
day
Crappy.
Oh,
Crappy, high five. I set you up perfect. And we've got Crappy, as you can tell, we've got smart ass Crappy Heels in the house as well again. So thanks for joining us, guys.
What's wrong with the trolling community in DC? People like me.
Yeah, before we started broadcasting, did I say this is episode 32? Yeah, I think I got that
Yep.
right. I'm starting to lose track. I'm getting old. My mental faculties are starting to escape me. But anyway, what were you talking about before we started recording? Go ahead with your discussion.
What I was going to say, what controlling needs?
Yeah.
All right, so the devs basically said that they're going to try and make it to where it's going to be a little more about crowd controlling and power healing. To fix that, they first need to fix encasing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because currently nobody wants to encase, because when you encase,
It
you
sucks.
can't deal any damage.
Yeah.
They need to fix that. If they made it to where if you encase enemies and could still deal damage, people would want that.
Well, the problem with encasing is it's usually you put them in a bubble and they start rolling away, or rolling down an incline in a hallway or something. They shouldn't do that. They just should make all the encasements just static.
Stationary.
Yeah,
What do
exactly.
you need encasements for? They're only good for encasing the sparring targets and bringing them up to the phase shift.
Here's the bottom line on trolling. If you crowd control too much, the ads aren't going to be gathered around the tank. If
Right.
they're spread out more, they're going to die slower. It's going to take longer. I'm not saying the trolls are just power batteries, but whatever fix you come up with like this, the community's just going to find a way around, and they're going to kick people that don't listen. I mean, think of it this way. They tried to make it a 2-tank raid when they made FOS2. Did we all run 2 tanks? No. They found a way around it, and you warp the rally and run 1 tank and go down each passage separately. You can make it that way. They'll use armories or something else, and people will find a way, and then they'll be back to power batteries. Whatever fix you come up with, the community will find a way around. It's just inevitable.
There's nothing they could do to trolling. Nothing. If they give trolls more, like I was saying, if they give trolls more responsibility to CC ads, they're going to have less power to give to everybody else. And then it's going to be even worse, because people can't give you power the way it is, and now they're going to be wasting all their power.
At most, the best they could do is maybe certain situations, like if a boss has a specific ad which is immune to pulls where the troll has to keep them in check while the players beat on the boss, or special situations. But as far as mobs go, I don't see anything they do really taking hold.
Unless they make it like Vauban and Warframe and just make it.
They'll never give me something that broken.
You know what?
Never.
It's just another fucking bunch of pussies in the forums, excuse my language, that are just pieces of shit, and they just can't give anybody power. Nobody I run with is ever like, I'm so sick of giving people power. Nobody ever fucking says that. It's just these lazy fucking people on the forums that are like, they're just set in their ways. I'm not a battery. I'm going to fucking use my powers. If you want to use your powers,
Yeah, a controller is a
other
support.
things, be a DPS, man. Change
Yeah,
your
controller's
fucking
a
roles.
support
I
class,
think
and
the
people need to
bullshit
get
of-
that through their heads. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
portion of them are just DPSs that
I
couldn't
heal
fix
people's
them.
life bars.
Or they just reverted to a troll. Like, I'm still doing damage. Like, what? You couldn't be a DPS and compete?
I don't know what's wrong with people. Nobody ever has a problem except the people on the forums. And it's going to be another thing where they're going to fuck troll them up, just like everybody complained about a compound skill points and they finally gave in. Something's going to happen to trolling to make it even worse. And then these people are going to have something else to complain about.
Personally, I've never had a trouble with trolling. Like, take Nexus, for example. Like, there's moments where the crowd controlling does come in handy. Like, a Nexus drone wakes up, or I stun it before the tank pulls it to him. Like, there's times when your crowd control comes in, but don't expect to be a crowd control troll 24/7. Like,
That's what the
you're
tank is
probably
for.
good power most of the time. There's times and moments where the crowd control comes in, yes. But, you know, you still have to give, even if you're a crowd control, you still got to give power. You're still going to be clipping a lot with defib or empowerment or something.
And that's maybe where armories come in. I hope these controllers take advantage of the armories. You better have a loadout for Nexus. You better have a different, because like the problem we ran into the other day, that controller wasn't set up for Nexus. The backup controller needs to have a certain loadout for Nexus.
No, his problem was
besides the fact that he shouldn't have been in there in the first place. Yeah.
And no gear.
Well, that's beside the point. I was just talking about his loadout was wrong. It was all wrong for being a backup troll. And no one's going to let him throw power over time in Nexus. You know what I mean?
Well, no. If you're in Nexus, most odds are you're legendary. And a few may have bought the DLC, yes, but odds are you're legendary.
Right.
Don't go into Nexus in 81 or 83 gear with beta mods and not throw power at all anyway.
And not even have... He didn't have, what, Gauze Grenade?
No, he didn't have a defense debuff or nothing. He was doing some random stuff, dude.
Yeah, I'm not
sure. He
sure.
had a suppressor turret.
Right.
He was throwing napalm grenades.
And his loadout might be
on,
his loadout might be relevant to the content that he's used to running. But when you're running the higher content, you're probably going to have to change your loadout.
You have to have a team mindset in that loadout to stay in the solo.
That's true. Every troll needs a pop move. I hate when the secondary troll is like, I'm the secondary troll. I don't need a pop move.
No,
what happens if the main troll fucking dies? You know, you're going to need to throw
out that pot.
That's why the armories, they need to be able to switch in a click of a button.
You should just always have a pop move on.
Well, no, that's true. No, I agree with you 100%. But they have really no excuse when armories come. You have no excuse.
Half the time that people like that are in a raid, though, they're not even paying attention to the party, like life and health.
But that's what a raid is. You're supposed to know the mechanics of the fight. That's what it is. That's what an online game, that's what online MMO is.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, half the time that you come across people like that, they have no idea how to, like, check people's power, keep an eye on people's life, see who's down, see who's, up. You're supposed to be able to, like, keep track of all of that.
And
especially if you're a controller.
This dude on the forum is telling me I'm the problem. No, I'm not the problem. He's the problem. When you're trolling,
the one originally on the forums bitching.
And you're in a raid group, it's a team effort.
Right.
It's what the team wants. If you're in there and you're not given power because you want to fucking use your powers and do DPS or stun things that are fucking standing by the tank, you're hurting the other troller. First of all, you're killing the other troller. He's stressing out, wasting superchargers that he doesn't need to waste. Drinking all his coals, spamming all his power, and it's hurting him, and it's hurting the group. I don't know what's wrong with people. Like, you have to play teamwork. Just because you think the troll role should be played a different way, play it with your own people. If you want to play the troll role like that and your league is fine with it, play it like that. But when you're in somebody else's group and everybody's low on power and they're like, yo, where's the power? Fucking give somebody a little bit.
Crappy's right on that. Crappy's right on that. You gotta think about it. Like, look, when it comes down to a raid, if the healers don't have power, they're not gonna be able to heal. The whole team dies. The tank runs low on power. The ads get away. They die. If you don't give out at least power 50% of the time, the team is going to die.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to know that. I don't care how much you can crowd control, and if you don't throw enough power, you're going to run out of power. Your CC is going to end, and everyone's going to die.
Okay, on the tier 5 raids, the Nexus and Wave, what crowd control is needed? I don't understand. The tank is the crowd control.
Yeah, like
Period.
When you're getting crapped on by an ad or the boss, you're not going, "Oh my god, trolls, help me!" You're like, "Yo, tank, there's an ad over here."
Right, the tank is the crowd control, not the controllers.
Most of the ads in Nexus are immune to CCs.
Exactly.
Anyways.
That's what I'm getting at.
Except for the Nexus bots in the
the
hallways
little bots that wake
But,
up.
yeah,
you put a single stun on them and they're done.
The Nexus bots that actually spawn during boss fights, yeah, that they can be stunned, but it's not
We're
helpful.
talking about the ones in the hallway.
I'm talking about the
wake
ones during the fights.
Now those are nothing. I mean, those are just minor distractions. I mean,
Minor distractions. Oh my god, we didn't have a fucking tank the one day.
Well,
the
that's a
tank died,
problem.
and
You
one of
didn't
those
mention.
robots woke up and killed both the trolls because they were in the back, and they wiped out one of them. Wiped out the whole group.
Well,
We were
yeah,
like,
you
"Did
didn't
that
mention the
just really
fact.
happen?"
You didn't mention the fact, Crappy, you didn't have a tank. Yeah, it's a problem if you don't have a tank. You guys trying to cheat without a tank already?
No, he died. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was standing in the back taking a leak or something, and something killed him. But we were persistent, so we were just going on ahead,
Oh, so speaking of tanks, we should talk about how rage tanks are going to work.
Yeah.
That mechanic is going to have a very thin gray line between underpowered and broken.
I think you're right.
It's gonna definitely take. It sounds like it's gonna take some practice.
It's gonna either
Exactly,
suck or
right.
it's gonna be OP.
You're gonna have to
take
have
practice,
a really
but
good
if you master
rotation,
it,
I think.
it's going to take practice. But if you master it, it's going to be OP, especially in PvP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if that's a good decision going with that as a
It
mechanic.
depends, though.
That's
You
going
don't
to be
have
very
a lot
hard.
of power in PvP like you do in PvE.
Yeah, they would have to make it to where rage tanks are going to require a lot of power to make themselves immune during a rage crash.
I can see it now.
Well, you think if you
Actually, we
if you
should
have
probably-
3 powers that you have to
We should
rotate through.
probably describe how rage tanks work for those who don't know.
Well, we don't really actually know, but I mean, we know
the way
what
they
they've told us.
Yeah.
Which I take some of that with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? But I want to see it actually demonstrated, not just take their word for it, because they kind of always overhype the power just a little bit, like they kind of did with Quantum. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But-
Quantum turned out to be like
I mean,
mental.
yeah, I
device.
mean, just kind of so. Basically, what they say, Rage Tank defers all
Okay,
power.
So I remember it perfectly because I read it before it actually came out here. So when you use like rage powers, certain rage powers, you'll enter basically Berserk.
Yep.
And then when you're in Berserk, you'll just heal all damage that's applied to you. But when that Berserk ends, you'll enter a phase called Rage Crash.
Yep.
And then that's when you're supposed to be
Taking
using
all
in-
your damage. All your damage stored. I guess it stores up the damage and puts it all on you at one time, maybe. I don't know, or
Yeah.
over a short period of time. That's what I got out of it.
powers that will either mitigate the damage that's going to be reapplied to you during that time or make you immune completely. And they said that you basically have to time your combos to where you would be able to mitigate the damage or make yourself immune.
Right.
Okay, I got 2 questions, kind of / statements here. First, you might want to check your connection, Glenn. You're breaking up a little for
Yeah, a
me.
little bit. It's starting to break up a little bit. Glenn, Vagrant's on his phone tonight.
Okay.
He's not at his house. He's on his phone.
Second, even though it's got a lantern ring, taking that aside, when Rage drops, how many Incredible Hulk and Wolverine clones do you think we're going to see? I'm just saying.
Berserker
I'm just
for
saying.
Wolverine and Red Hulk for Rage. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. How many Hulks and Wolverines will be running around? I'm going to say a hell of a lot.
Probably. Or Atrocitus clones. I don't know.
I think the odds are higher on the other 2.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, I got to see that in action. Now, that's going to be an interesting live stream when they finally reveal and they have what's his name? Spored, I think, is the guy that comes up with the powers.
Spored Tunso.
Yeah, Tunso. Yeah, he's the one that develops the powers, and that's going to be an interesting live stream when they break that out.
Okay, let me put it this way. I'm not trying to get the power I just got fixed nerfed, but even if Rage Tank does take a lot of power, PvP or PvE wise, what do you do when you've got a gadget troll sitting behind him with pot and a battle drone going and still sitting on Word of Power? So you got 2 pots going. Like, he's not going to run out of power.
Yeah. I mean, that shouldn't be a problem.
Not going to run out.
I mean, depending on how much power that takes.
Isn't Battle Drone going to be a supercharge now too?
Battle drone was a supercharge. It's still a 35, but it can
But Word of
potentially
Power is a 50.
Yeah, if you have extended supercharge, you got 2 Word of Powers and a battle drone, 135.
Is speed drain 50? Is speed drain?
Situation. Yeah, the situation is going to be rare though, where he'd have all 3 of those.
Before Tier 5 came out, with anything Tier 4 and under, I used to solo troll as a gadget, just popping battle drone every time the bar got full, and just Word of Power for bosses if it's even needed. That setup gives a lot more than you give it credit for. A lot more.
Does your supercharge recover faster when you have extended?
No, but I don't know, if you keep a high count, like if you're using the right weapon, like dual pistols or hand blasters, and you're getting high enough ticks, you'll keep it up.
Yeah, if your hit count's high, you can definitely do it. You can get it by faster. It just feels like it recovers faster when you have extended.
I don't know. I just know I used to run that setup a lot, and heck, I wouldn't even be surprised if you could solo troll T5s like that.
Yeah, Larson5050 says in the chat that they did mention there are going to be some rage constructs. So I'm kind of curious on that.
Yeah, but I think they said that rage is going to be might based this time.
Right.
I wonder what the 2 trees are going to be called.
That's a good. I don't know. I have no idea. But I wonder what the constructs are going to be. I mean, what actually.
Yeah, what can they actually make?
I have no idea.
I just want them to give us the Atrocitus ball from that one alert, or that, where he puts you in the ball and he spins it around. I want that move.
What if they made a power where you could create a construct of yourself, and then when you enter a rage crash, all the damage is
like
transferred
a decoy?
to Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering. I don't know. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to the live stream where they break out where they demonstrate the power.
Although I guess we should note, even though it heals all the life back, it's probably still not immune to one-shots. You can't heal if you're already dead.
Right.
I love one-shots. That's what makes the content so challenging.
You do realize the raid DLC.
There's no sarcasm there.
One-shots everywhere.
No, I love it.
There's no sarcasm there. But I wonder if they're still going to, since they're bringing the raids down to normal difficulty, whatever that means, if that inevitability attack is still going to kill everybody. I mean,
probably.
It probably
will.
That's
going to kill everybody.
Dude,
I have a raid the other night that I recorded on my computer of us in Nexus, and I got a bunch of shots of us clearly standing in the shield. The one shot goes off. It happened 3 times, and we wiped. Everybody is clearly standing in the shield. Has been in there for half a minute.
But you're on PS3. You can't tell that.
The one shot goes off, kills everybody in the shield, except the one person with the tank shield and the tank. The rest of us, dead. And we were all standing in the shield. We're like, what the fuck is that?
You got holes in the shield. I have no idea.
Everybody just dropped dead. We were like, really? And to make it even worse, it was the bouncy balls.
Oh,
so,
no.
What's the chances of actually no balls hitting everybody and everybody being able to stay in the shield?
The problem might have been you're still on PS3 and it didn't show that you got hit by a ball and knocked out of it.
No.
I don't know. I'm trying to explain.
It was the faulty shields, man. Sometimes they just don't work. And whoever thought of the bouncy balls, steam-powered Batman, the fucking
Oh, no.
shields, the one-shot shit that gets on you, Ninja Batman in the last fucking boss fight, and then the game glitches out and gives you damaging pools and the bouncy balls. I got this all on tape. Wait till you see this. This is awesome.
Are you
The
gonna put?
game
Oh, you're gonna
glitches
put.
out.
Don't get a
Gives
copyright strike by putting that up.
fuck YouTube. The game glitches out, gives us not only bouncy balls, but damaging circles too. We came in after we wipe, and there's circles on the ground. I was like, what is this? How is there fucking damaging pools on the ground? So now we have Steam, bouncy balls are getting knocked all over the place. GCPD is giving everybody AIDS. Ninjas jumping all over. There's damaging pools in the ground. We're like, what the fuck is going
I
on?
have an explanation for all of this.
What are you gonna name the video? I'm curious.
No, I have an
Fuck
explanation for
DC.
everything
That's
that
what I
happened.
named the video.
There's
ahead,
a very
Kaiser.
simple explanation. PvP phase.
Man, I
Yeah,
would have
maybe.
rather been in PvP phase than in there. Seriously, like, now you can't even stay close to the boss because of the bouncy balls and the damaging pools. And so, like, you're constantly, I was just running around the room trying not to get mortared and trying not to step in those damaging pools. It was fucking ridiculous. I don't even know how they could whip up those combinations together.
Yeah, they went crazy
That's
on you. It
insane.
sounds like.
Wave is so much easier than the last boss Nexus sometimes. The
Especially if you don't
strangest-
leave any bosses up.
Dude, the strangest shit happens in Nexus last boss. Nexus is a cakewalk, and then sometimes you get to that last boss, and just random shit happens. Like,
Both
the
of
shields
them.
don't protect you. Somebody gets fucking AIDS and kills everybody. Like, in the shield, you'll all be standing in the shield. The little symbol will be above the dude's head. You know, the one shot's about to happen. Blue lightning going into a bam. Somebody gets fucking AIDS and kills everybody. Like, really? What the fuck, man? You ain't even got no time to move.
Both of them aren't that bad as long as two things. No stupid random bullshit like you described, and as long as Pyro Jester isn't your tank.
Oh,
Then it's fine as long as those two conditions don't happen.
Dude, and ice is super weird in Nexus.
Kid.
Like last boss Nexus, ice just fucking totally drops aggro all of a sudden for some reason.
yeah. I would rather run with an ice tank in Wave, and I would rather run with a fire tank in Nexus.
I like fire all the way around anymore. Fire and earth. Ice is annoying.
I don't know. Ice is from a healer standpoint. I like the fact that it's got shields, but I don't know.
You know, if you run with a fire tank that has phase dodge, you're golden. I know phase dodge. Uh-oh, everybody's against phase dodge. Shoot me.
You know, it's only a matter of time before they nerf that.
That and
I
one-handed.
hope not, because that's what keeps me competitive with nature, because Vine Lash and Briar take fucking 10 minutes to cast.
Oh, you
know
know
what, they're
one-handed's
speeding
going to
that up.
catch it.
They're
They
speeding
didn't-
up Briar's cast time.
Oh my god, they sped it up, but you can't even notice the difference. If the cast time was 1.5, it's 1.4. It's not even a difference. It's horrible.
Either way, nature is going to be pretty freaking good after this update.
Yeah, it is. I'm working on a few loadouts now. I got a couple things down.
Sorcery is still pretty low. They
Yeah,
made.
I
Oh
don't know.
my god! Have you seen the range on transmutation? It's fucking insane.
Does it actually have good range?
No, like you could be standing and your freaking aiming radical is great and it'll still hit. The
Oh,
range is broken on it.
for sorcery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the test server today, actually trying out some new loadouts for celestial healing, and I couldn't get a group together to run content. Everyone wanted to do the seasonal, and I was like, "That's not going to make a good video of showing healing in the seasonal." So
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't get a group together. I tried and tried, but
So another thing that's funny is like they're still trying to make Wrath, Transmutation, and Soul Barrage, where they deal extra damage when you have bad karma on an enemy. Still is not working.
oh really?
Yeah, that is still not working.
It's still broken. Do they know about it?
They just released another hotfix for the PC test server where it was like, okay, Wrath, Soul Barrage, and Transmutation should now deal extra damage with Bad Karma on an enemy. Still not working.
Still not working.
That's the second time that they said that they fixed it.
Wow. Were you on? What was the last time you were on there? When was the last?
Their last hotfix was like, I think Friday.
Oh, that. Okay, that's soon.
Yeah. And it's still not fixed. But at least they gave it to where Soul Siphon, depending on your role, will either give you red or gold Soul Aura.
So it's a possibility the update's going to be delayed, maybe. Because
I feel like they're going to push it anyways.
Yeah, they probably will.
They have to push it anyways. It has to be out before Christmas, which means Tuesday or Thursday.
Hey, it's New Year's, and here's the Christmas seasonal.
Yeah, they're not going to push it out Monday when Tuesday, I think, is what? Not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday is Christmas Eve.
Yep.
Yeah, they have to push it out this coming week. So it's either going to be somewhere between this Tuesday and this Friday.
Well, like Tormentus just said in the chat, usually it's out by now. Usually we get the seasonal 2 weeks before the actual holiday.
Yeah, I'm just saying they have no choice but to put it out this week. Otherwise, they're going to miss it completely. Yeah. They got no choice but to push it out like that.
Essentially, all these revamps were hot fixes anyways, so they're probably just going to continue to hot fix sorcery.
While the update's up, yeah. That's true. So did you guys all watch the live stream with some of the new concept art? Or actually, they showed some of the final... I don't know if that's the final rendering of a lot of the environment.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, I thought so too. They kind of... They showed one, I guess, that's going to be in one of the later DLCs, like the gravitational lodestone or something like that. I forget which one it was.
Yeah, it was just the drawing, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they don't have the area built yet.
But the actual new instance of Metropolis where you see Mogo and Ranks, that does look pretty cool. I like the little battle up in the... It's kind of just like what Yins described it, months ago, at SOE. Where you see them battling and everything. I think that's pretty cool. But this is definitely going to be leaning toward the PS4, the new DLC, because it's open world.
Cool, though? They said that they want to make that instance the whole map eventually.
Oh, really?
That each part of the War of the Light saga is going to open up more parts of Metropolis, and then eventually it's going to be either all of Metropolis or nearly all, so that'll basically be a second Metropolis to explore at some point in the future.
Yeah, they're going to expand it on the next, like Part 2, Part 3, they're going to end up expanding it.
Right, like Part 1 has, like, the Chinatown area, Part 2 will have, like, Little Bohemia, Part 3 will have, like, the City Hall and areas and stuff like that.
Will they be all one instance, or I hope they're all connected as an instance?
They're going to all be connected. That's the cool part. It's all going to be connected.
Yeah, that is cool. That would suck if they were like separate from what instances.
I just posted.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I'm just sick of people, man. Everybody going to the forums and complaining about stuff. Everybody just goes to the forums and cries, and DC eventually gives in.
Yeah, Optimistic Paladin just mentioned the level 90 vendor gear with weapons, new DLC. I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome.
You know what? You know what? You got to feel sorry though for some of the people that spent like thousands of replays. Like, I'm full 88. Now what? Like, I bought my 90 gear. Now what?
I spent thousands of replay badges, and I am still short 4 fucking pieces of healer gear. DC hates me. 2.5 sets of tank gear. More than 1 set of troll gear.
I'm in the same boat.
I have precision and might-based DPS gear. Fucking short 4 pieces of healer gear.
It's ironic. It's ironic that my tank
gear and I can't get no fucking healer gear. Come on now.
I like how from what I heard, I like how they said, like, there's going to be the strongest stuff in the raids, but it's going to be minimal increase, like
90.5.
You can spend your replays, but you're going to be getting Norsemen all over again.
Yeah.
You're plus 5 to health does not.
People are going to definitely want to mid-max. Because that's how MMO people are.
It's min-max, but it's not going to be a drastic enough difference that it's going to make a difference on a scorecard or anything.
Well, at least you don't have to roll on it now, though. At least
True.
I know. Thank the Lord.
that's
for
going to
that.
be awesome. Yeah. And it's ironic because my healer gear, I'm full-time healer, my healer gear is actually the worst of my sets. My controller gear, my tank, like Crappy was saying, my tank gear and my DPS gear are all better than my full healer gear set. That's just crazy.
It's ridiculous.
They need to change it for where you have a higher percentage of getting the gear that whatever role you're in. You know what I
They
mean?
just need to make everything unattuned.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, that
That would
solve
work.
the problem. Yeah.
But you know why they made it like it is now. It's for the replays.
Replays, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't
It's like
blame
you ran
them
and
totally.
got your tank gear. Guess
Yeah.
you're gonna
But
have to
there's-
replay it.
There's absolutely no reason why I should have a full set of every other gear in the game and two and a half sets of tank gear
That's crazy.
and still missing 4 pieces for healer.
Yeah.
You figure it would even out somewhere, and I would have eventually got that healer gear.
Alls I know is that after this DLC, Tier 5 content is going to be pretty robust. There's going to be a lot of things to do in Tier 5.
hmm
I'm
There's
a little
gonna be three-
disappointed that
three
they're making
rows.
Nexus and Wave easier. Wave is so easy.
Well, with 90 gear, it would be easier anyway. They could just leave it the same level.
I'm
When-
just saying.
That's
But when
another
they-
thing people on the forums crying like a bunch of little bitches. Listen, Wave, nothing kills you in Wave. All you gotta do is move the fuck out of the way, man. You don't even need a healer in the side rooms
It's
except
this
for the
bad.
tank.
It's this bad. When they do the nerf in this game update and we get 90 gear, it's gonna make Nexus and Wave look like Gates and Unpaid.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's just gonna be we were
more like
this-
Soul. More like Soul
we had
Alchemy.
trouble with this before. What? It's gonna be like running Batcave Outer in
Well-
Tier 4 gear. Like just walk in like whatever.
Nah, you're still gonna get pooped on. Like
the only
Vince
thing that'll kill you
Batman-
is a one shot. If you don't get into shields, they'll kill you.
Yeah, the
Certain boss
side
mechanics
tunnel
will kill you
bosses, the
still, but
side
come
tunnel
on.
bosses in Wave are still going to get you if they charge you. You know what I mean?
But the difference in Wave and Nexus where the ads could like do insane damage. If you got the gear and it's nerfed down, if the ads aren't as bad, it's just boss mechanics to watch out for.
Yeah,
It
but
still gets infinitely easier.
yeah, Kaiser Berserk just brought up something in the chat. I wonder.
Do I want to know?
I wonder what your CR will have to be able to see the 90 gear in the vendor. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna guess 99 or 100.
Just to see it, I would think it would be a little lower, maybe 98.
We had to be 96 to see 85 to what was it? 80.
What are you on your
95.
full
It was
86?
95 to see the 85 gear. Or no,
Well,
the
they probably
86
want us
gear.
to be
Yeah.
full 87 or something to see it. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be around 99 or 100. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't
We
think
said
it's gonna
all
be
this
100.
time.
100, you have to have 88 gear to be.
Yeah, I was going
100.
to say, I don't think it's going to be that high, Kaiser. I think it's going to be 98.
I thought all
Whatever,
88
whatever
would
you
show
are,
101
full
or
86.
102.
That's what it's gonna be, I would say.
Oh, I can't talk. Optimistic Paladin said that it was confirmed by Spittle you need a 97 CR.
That sounds
Okay.
about right. That's what I'd say. 97, 98.
Yeah.
That's like full 86. My other guy, man, my mental guy still has lockbox rings. I was playing on him yesterday. I was like, this guy has some sad gear. He's gonna be a Red Lantern, so I'm trying to get him some playtime.
You're leaving mental?
Yeah, and I just fucking got a new loadout that's super beast. Even better than what I was using.
Uh-oh. For evil crappy?
Yeah. I don't know, man. If the new power is really good for DPS, I'll stay it. But, you know, I like to have a good DPS power for when I DPS so we could just go in there and murder stuff and leave.
Celestial.
Man, everybody's Celestial. I hate... You know, I like the power. I think it's really cool looking. I like the animations, like the smoke and the shit that comes out when you're doing it. But, like, all these people who think they're good now because they're Celestial and they could beat a few people. They're like, oh, I'm Celestial. I'll fucking out DPS. Like, bro, you suck. You're only decent because you switched to a power that's a little OP at the moment. Calm down. Like this one dude that's in sort of a reputable league, supposedly really good, commenting on my mental DPS video. Oh, you should cast Pyro before Thought Bubble so you don't cancel out the dots from... Like, bro, Thought Bubble and Pyro don't cancel out the dots no matter what way you fucking use them. Shut up and learn your fucking powers.
Well, who is it? Drop the name.
I don't
man.
want to say it.
Oh, come on.
He might be in One Piece and think he knows what he's talking about.
I thought that league was falling apart last time I heard.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to anybody.
Yeah.
Well, don't comment. And now you look like an idiot. You're on my YouTube page saying fucking Pyro or Thought Bubble is going to cancel their fucking dots out. Like, no, that's Phantom Flames or Pyro, bro. That is not Thought Bubble and Pyro. You know, to maximize your DPS with this loadout, you should cast Pyro before Thought. No, shut up, man. Go eat. He's Celestial that he thinks is awesome. I just hate all of those people like that. They're like you go down to the spawn targets and there was mad Celestial people. I mean, it is a cool power and I wanted to try it, but I don't want to be one of those bandwagon people. You know, that's why I kind of got off the power.
Yeah, but you just said you don't care what people think, so why would you care?
I don't want to Celestial's like the new hard light.
I don't want to be classified as that, though. I like to come out from under the ground with nature and out DPS people, and they're like, "Oh my god, I didn't know nature was that good." You know, I just like
that with all the power sets. If only I could do that.
I could be good with any power.
What?
I know a dude who is really good with Earth. Well, only because one-handed is awesome right now, but he's doing really good with Earth. He was keeping up with me and Rock the other day when we were playing. He was only like,
wow,
I don't know, maybe.
If you have a really good controller, Earth is really good.
Earth is really good if you have a one-handed.
Why is
and a good controller?
Yeah, and
well, everyone's using one-handed.
I know, because one-handed is fucking super OP.
Focus blast.
Yeah, that's all you got to do in your rotation.
Yeah.
Just throw in a focus blast in there, 3,500.
When I did my all iconic powers run in Nexus, if I didn't have a one-handed, I would have been fucked.
I saw that video.
Those powers don't do too much damage. You know, the boxing glove. The boxing glove is all right. I got a 1,500 hit off it a few times.
You're real laid back when you're doing your commentary. You act like you're almost ready to like. You act like you're so stoned, dude. You're like, oh man.
Wait. He's acting?
Man, I feel so awkward talking to myself. I don't like to talk to myself. I was like, fuck this. I can't do that. I was just laughing at myself and shit.
Major Deuce said he can't hear his Twitch app is messed up. But if it's a Twitch app on your phone, yeah, that's never worked right for me. I can't get that thing to work. I never even bothered with it.
Or whatchamacallit, mine works good for the iPhone now. I don't know what they did to it, but there was an update.
They had to patch it because I have an iPhone as well, and I could never get it to work. It always just said error, so I don't know. I was going to show some of the clips from that live stream, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. If I do, I won't be able to read the chat. I just realized, so I'm not even going to bother. I think most people watched it anyway. You can see it on YouTube. You can see it on the DC Universe channel on YouTube anyway. So
who's excited to play as Atrocitus and Saint Walker as Legends?
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
I can't believe me and Crappy were talking about this on a video that we made that I have yet to edit, but
we were talking so late. I was so tired. I was going to say something else, but I'm trying to keep.
Did they show what their loadouts are going to be?
No, but me and Crappy were talking about. We were just like, holy shit! Look at them giving us people we actually want to fucking play as.
You know, all I want them to do.
Lame ass people.
All I want them to do is if they put Atrocitus in there, a few other characters have it. As a pet, allow him to summon Dexstar.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Just give him Dexstar as a pet, as one of his 6 moves, and it's fine.
Somebody wants to throw up a link in the chat. I mean, you can throw up a link. I mean, if it'll let you, you can. Just make sure it's not to some kind of pirating site or something like that. If it's game related, if it's game content related, yeah, you can go ahead and throw it up.
Kaiser on Chatterbait.
We don't want to get banned from Twitch. We would, that would be just heartbreaking. Anyway, they're cracking down on that kind of stuff right now on Twitch.
Hit Kaiser up on Chatterbait. Become a premium.
What I want is Hard Light Scarecrow. I want a Yellow Lantern Scarecrow.
I don't dig Scarecrow.
No, because then we need Yellow Lantern Batman.
They need to put regular Scarecrow in Legends and all those people. that we still don't have, like
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy. Because we're still missing a bunch of people.
Yeah, don't throw up any porn sites, please. That was what I was worried about.
Porn sites.
Yeah, the
Chatterbait.
guys wanted to put up a link in the chat, Don't throw it up as some kind of downloading site like you can get the full Fast and the Furious movie or something.
Did I do that once?
Yeah, you did.
That's not illegal, is it? Hey, well, everybody
Really?
got to watch the new movie before they shut it down.
Really?
Shout out to Krabby Heel.
That's the reason
For
people
doing
are
what he
getting
do.
flagged right now.
Yeah, the whole
See, that's the whole
YouTube.
point I wanted to bring up. That's what I figured out. This whole YouTube crap going on right now about people getting flagged and then
It's all
cracking
Crappy's
down.
fault.
It's all Crappy's fault.
Yeah.
Because if he hadn't promoted that movie being on YouTube, it might not have happened.
It's been
It's
going on for a
all
long
Crappy's
time.
fault.
It's the people posting full albums of music, full feature films.
Yep.
You want to watch movies? Go to
It's like that.
movies2k.com free. What? Whoops.
Yeah, YouTube is, if people haven't heard, and there's a lot of panic going
YouTube
on.
sucks anymore, man. YouTube is a bunch of retards. Let's
Yeah,
talk
they're-
about this for a second.
They're going downhill fast with these new. See, they have a new ID content scanner program. It's like a fingerprint. Anything you upload, if you're a partner with a network and you upload anything that can be matched to a third party. I mean, even if it's a 5-second generic royalty-free clip, I'm getting flagged on it, and it's not allowing me to monetize that video. And I can only imagine. I mean, I know guys like Angry Joe, Boogie, all those guys have put up videos about it. Doesn't really affect Boogie that much. He does the vlogs, but guys that actually do.
Fucked.
Yeah, the guys that actually do the video game reviews that show clips of the video game with the music, that's going to be going away. You're not going to be able to do that anymore because any in-game music is being taken out by YouTube right now. I mean, you can't monetize it at all. I mean, they got me for a royalty-free clip that I get access to for being a partner to the RPM network. And it was a 20-second clip on my outro. And they flagged me for it. And I had to re-upload the video. And it's crazy.
Yeah, they're freaking trying to claim like the royalty-free music as theirs when we're able to use it for free. It makes no sense.
Yeah,
like
it doesn't make. Have you had that problem, Vagrant?
No, because I don't use music, and that's the reason I don't use music.
Yeah, don't
because
just
that was
stay
happening-
away. But
I
some,
That was
music.
happening. That was happening before all of this shit even happened to a couple of my friends.
well, they've had this in place for a little while, and people just didn't know about it. It was kind of in the beta phase. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're just they're going to be ramping it up even more in January, supposedly.
You know what? It's just like I said, though, dude. It's the owners of YouTube. I can understand they're worried about lawsuits, but I mean, seriously, some of these people, like that make livings off of YouTube, they've put a lot of time and dedication into their channels. Like, you really shouldn't be doing this. And don't think just because you're big in your YouTube that you're invincible. So you lose this community. Other sites have gone down. Remember MySpace?
Right, exactly.
Facebook and Twitter replaced it. YouTube, there's other stuff like Dailymotion, other video sites. You can go away and be swept under the rug just the same.
Yeah,
Don't
if they
fuck
don't
over
want,
your fan base.
right. If they don't want those, if they don't want that community, trust me, there will be a site that comes in and takes it.
And over a month, when you lose like a quarter to a third of your total views and your viewership for your chat for your whole site plummets, know that you did it to yourself. Don't screw over your fan base that got built up.
We know YouTube is like what, the third or second biggest search engine basically in the world. It's Google. It's basically Google. But
Yeah.
what is the number one YouTuber in the world? It's a gaming channel. I got news for you. It's PewDiePie, and he does video games. He does other.
I think it's half YouTube being scared of lawsuits, which I can understand.
Well, yeah.
But I think it's also half other people. Like, there's also people that resent those YouTubers. Like, you shouldn't be sitting there playing video games and getting paid for it all day. There's people that resent those kind of YouTubers. Like, everyone just needs to let people do their own thing and stop worrying about shit.
Yeah, I'm
dude.
sorry if you can't make your living off of YouTube. Then just try
Don't
harder.
hate on other people.
Yeah, it's
Come
if
on.
if it's something to do with they don't want to see people making their living off of YouTube, that makes no sense at all, because the gaming industry will suffer. The whole gaming industry will suffer. If you don't allow gameplay videos up on YouTube, less people are going to be buying games, because they did a poll that the majority of people that go out and actually buy video games or download video games watch a clip of those video games, not the trailer, because the trailer is going to look good. The company that develops the game will make the trailer look good. You'll want to buy it. I mean, but the gamers are smarter than that. They want to actually see the gameplay. They want to see the glitches. They want to see the bugs. They want to see what's wrong with the game before they buy it. And they're making a mistake by doing this. I mean, it's just,
exactly.
Yeah.
In today's age where money has been tighter, like, I look at YouTube like, I'm interested in this game. Let me see what it looks like and make my decision.
Exactly.
If I don't have YouTube to look at it, be like, do I want to spend $60 to take a chance if I like this game? Hell no. I guess I just won't buy it.
Right.
I'm not going to take the chance. I want to see it first.
Right.
And if you take that away, your chances of your 70% chance of getting my money just drop to zero.
Right.
You're not getting it.
It's a lot of freaking companies trying to remove negative media from their games. There have been so many, like,
well, Nintendo's number one.
Listen, it's not even any of the game companies like Call of Duty.
Yeah, they're not. They're not the ones doing
exclusive rights
Right.
that are in the networks to play the game.
The majority
YouTube themselves is doing it.
Yeah, the majority of companies aren't, but there's a few that do it.
Yeah, Nintendo and Sega are notorious for copyright striking people that put their.
And I heard Square Enix to a degree.
No, they're getting better though. I guess they have come out and say that they kind of say, well, if you can't beat them, join them. And Square Enix has come out lately and saying, we're not behind this. We don't agree with this. We don't, they're kind of letting it slide of people putting up their videos. You know what I mean?
One of Angry's Joe videos, didn't he say certain companies like them have come out? Like, I thought it was them. I thought it was Capcom and a few others.
Now, Capcom came out and said that they're not behind this. They're not making any.
Yeah, there's a lot of well-known companies that aren't behind it.
Yeah, it's YouTube's flawed system. It's an all or nothing approach, basically, and it's just a total blanket approach, and everyone is caught in it. Just the select few that people are abusing YouTube. Everyone's getting swept into it.
And like Crappy said, I know Activision's not doing it. They have one of the best selling titles of all time. Games. They've got a ton of YouTube channels dedicated to that. Why would they want to bury them?
But here's the good.
You're all the free advertising in the world we need.
But here's the good news: DC Universe has like Vagrant said to me, DC Universe has a YouTube channel that focuses on the communities, the players' homemade YouTube or homemade videos. You know what I mean? YouTube videos. So they're definitely supporting the gaming community.
Sony is very welcoming to
that is beautiful. So
their YouTube community.
Yeah,
it's because they know that the more players that support their games via YouTube, it's just more advertisement for more people, which means more income, more chance of people buying their product.
Right.
Sony understands what YouTube is. It's the other companies that don't.
You know what it is? Sega and Nintendo are bitter that they're not the top dogs no more.
Well, here's the thing about Nintendo.
That's what it is.
Nintendo does it more because they feel that their characters are more iconic and it's more like a copyright thing that they're protecting. They feel like Mario is like a Disney character. You know what I mean? And they want to they want to really hold on to that image and those sound effects.
My god. Okay. Like, there's this one YouTuber named Razorfist who made such an awesome point. He was just like, all right, so if you own the gameplay, you guys could make your own YouTube channel and play or promote videos of you just like playing the intro over and over again because there's no gamer to play it. How many views would you get now if you did that? Your views would plummet.
Exactly. It's
YouTube made video games as big as they are.
Pretty much.
You're exactly right.
Like, think of games like Minecraft. Until CNNer started putting Minecraft on YouTube,
Gary's
Minecraft
Mod
was not big.
Yeah.
Now Minecraft is huge.
And games like Gary's Mod,
Hmm.
just to name a few of now the independent developers aren't idiots. Okay, they know that YouTube's their bread and butter for promoting their game. It's free marketing, for crying out loud. They're not gonna rock the boat on this.
Certain companies, I hate to be hitting Activision again. Like I said, some companies even take the top YouTubers and put them in commercials.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They took
Activision is
their top
totally
channels and put them in a
promoting their
TV
game.
commercial.
Exactly. The good news out of all of this, if you're a DC Universe player, my advice for you, if you're making YouTube videos, keep music out of your videos, like Vagrant said. Keep cut screens out of your videos. Don't show the movie. Don't show the little in-game movies. Don't show those at all, because they could get you on that. Keep doing your gameplay. Just have commentary over your gameplay. You should be fine.
Is YouTube gonna shut me
And-
down? Oh my
And be
God.
careful about outros and intros to your channel. If that music catches some,
I heard that they're potentially gonna start striking people who aren't even partnered. That's just a rumor, though.
Well, see, the thing about being a partner is that they're going to make it more difficult, even for partners, to get each video monetized. They want a more strenuous, you know what I mean? They want to put it through more of a trial before you can get each video. Right now, it's so easy to get videos monetized if you're a partner. You just upload them. You can upload 10 videos, bam, they're instantly monetized. You don't have to do a thing.
all
Okay.
I gotta say is if they keep being too strict with it and they go much further, they're going to be MySpace all over again.
Yeah,
They better be careful. They'll be MySpace.
but in the future, if you're a partner, you're going to probably have to get each individual. You're going to have to submit each individual video for monetization, even if you're a partner. Now, if you're a managed partner, that's probably not going to be the case. But that means you're a top tier YouTuber like PewDiePie, blah blah blah, and some of the others. But just because you're a partner now doesn't mean you can instantly get videos monetized. Now, if you're someone like Crappy who doesn't care about the monetization of it and it's not a partner, it's probably not going to affect you.
It mainly hurts Let's Players, and
Yeah,
they
Let's
shouldn't re-
Players.
They shouldn't really hit them like that. Like, come on.
Because here's the thing about Let's Players. Let's Players show, eventually, they may
Everything.
break it into parts, but they show the entire game in its entirety. They show the game from start to finish. It may take 10 videos to do it. But that's what the companies are saying. Well, we don't want people to see the ending of our games.
Yeah, games like Grand Theft Auto, they don't like you to put any cutscenes up.
Or the licensed music that plays in the background, like Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yeah,
or,
yeah,
or whatever.
they got
No.
somebody
You
for
shouldn't
that,
be doing
but I
that
know.
anyway. I mean, come on. Be smart. You know what I mean?
As far as games go, this is just a bunch of some of the bitter developers causing trouble for everybody.
Dude, it's mostly YouTube doing it on their own. Like, they're doing it to all the Call of Duty people, even though they have rights from Activision to do it through their partnership.
But you know where the
Since
majority
they
of
don't-
this...
Since they don't officially own that game, you know what I mean? They don't own the rights to the game. YouTube is doing it to them. They're stripping their ads off of it and putting their own on.
Well, here's the thing. You know what this really stems from? It's the music industry. Music industry started this bullshit.
It's YouTube being dicks.
Yeah.
YouTube is going to shut themselves down. Google is mad because nobody likes Google Plus. Facebook is where
Oh.
it's at if you're
Well,
going
they
to do
push
something
Google.
like that.
Yeah, they push Google Plus on everyone.
And since nobody wants to use Google Plus, fucking YouTube is like, well, we're just going to force you to use Google Plus now. Now,
Yeah.
still, nobody ever uses Google Plus. They just have to fucking sign into it.
They have to
So
sign in
really,
to do the comments.
You
Right.
might have, like, they look at it with their numbers. Oh, well, we have this many people signed up on it. But those people don't even go on Google Plus. It's only because they need to sign into it to fucking comment on
Well,
YouTube
let's
shit.
just put it the way it is. Google Plus sucks.
It does, man. Google Plus
It's
is
terrible.
lame.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I
You don't need
I kind
all
of like
this
it
social
now.
networking crap like Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, Google Plus, like Tumblr, like all of this crap. You don't need all of them. You need like one. Like get a Twitter and a Facebook and you're good. What's the use of having 10 of them? So like People send you messages on 20 fucking social networks, and you got to go fucking log into all of them.
Yeah,
You know, to
Google.
check your mail. That's retarded.
It's them trying to cover all the bases and make their one thing
Yeah, they want
monopolize
more and
everything, just like
more.
Microsoft and Xbox tried to do.
Yeah, they want more and more of the marketplace.
Else.
Yep. It's all about
Yeah.
greed. It's corporate
I just
greed.
like how Google just slapped Google Plus on everybody. They were like, "Here you go. We're forcing you to use this."
Well, a lot of the top YouTubers are thinking about disabling all the comments on their videos until this is resolved.
Oh, the hurt Google Plus.
Yeah, to try to hurt Google Plus, or just to make a statement. Like I know PewDiePie
Well, it's
did
going to
that.
be that. It's going to be that. And remember when Google Plus carded, you had people doing that little stick figure drawing of like Bob in the comments, like Bob had a tank and everything. What the hell is Bob going to have now to stop this?
Bob had an army. Holy
Bob's
fuck, he
about
was
to have
crazy.
What's Bob going to have this time?
But yeah,
Guy working
YouTubers
after you,
like
Bob.
gaming YouTubers like Total Biscuit, Angry Joe, PewDiePie, they're all thinking about just disabling their comments for good on their channels until this is resolved. That's one thing that I heard.
Me
Some
too,
big
I'm going on
YouTubers
strike.
actually left
Yeah,
YouTube because of this already.
right.
A couple channels actually closed up shop.
Yep.
Closed up or moved to another site?
They would they either moved to their own site that they have built, or they just
Right.
left.
Everybody's going to be going over to Twitch.
Well,
Twitch or another video site like YouTube.
you can
There's
get a partnership through Twitch, but you have to be a big YouTuber. You have to have a big audience before
if we're
Twitch will
talking
partner.
gamer, like big gamers like PewDiePie, or if we're talking like even the COD community like FPS Russia or Woody or something like that.
You don't have to be
they'll
that.
have no problem.
You don't have to be
Like,
that
just want to
big.
move.
Yeah.
YouTube will eventually straighten out. They're just trying to force Google Plus down our throat and some shit for right now, but once they see, like, everybody hates it, like, Twitter did an update, and everybody was like, this fucking sucks. And Twitter was like, my bad, and they put it back to how it was.
Well, Google's not quite that.
No,
Twitter's
fucking
more
YouTube.
progressive
Bullet
company.
themselves.
Does some dumbass shit, but they're just like, oh no, our way is the right way. They don't give a shit about the people for some reason.
Right.
And if it wasn't for all the people on here, they would have nothing.
So
That's
they're-
how most
they're
companies
gonna
work,
see a hit in their
unfortunately.
numbers.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people panicking. I don't think it's time to close up shop or anything like that.
No,
it's just
man,
going to be more
there's absolutely
difficult.
nothing to be worried about.
No, it's nothing for Now, if your paycheck was relying on your YouTube channel, you'd be worried crappy.
Nah, there's still nothing to be worried about.
Yeah,
I
I
watched a
kind
couple
of agree
videos
with
of
you.
people saying that everything is still going to be the same, nothing to be worried about.
It's going to blow over. It's just going to take time.
It's still going to change the way. It's going to change a lot still.
You're going to see a lot more gamers doing vlogs, video blogs, basically, because they can't get you on that unless you have like background music playing or something.
I'm going to do a Walmart vlog. I'm gonna go to Walmart, let everybody see the people of Walmart in my area.
Interview the people of Walmart as they walk by. So, well, we kind of got off on our YouTube tangent, but I definitely wanted to
No,
bring
because
it
it
up.
has to be addressed.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
doesn't
it's
matter.
gaming. It affects the gaming. But the good news is, I don't think it's going to affect DCUO. I really don't.
It's not gonna at all.
Right.
It's because Sony doesn't care about it. They have no copyright claims. I've never seen any copyright claims from Sony at
Neither
all.
have I. But I still am going to keep cut screens, all that stuff. I'm going to cinematics. I'm even going to take out the background music or make it really low where you can't hear. I like the sound effects though. I'll keep the sound effects on.
Oh, I can't believe you're bowing down to them.
Well,
Fucking
no, I mean I've
revolt.
always done that
Don't-
anyway.
Don't bitch in.
I'm not.
Wait,
I'm not doing that, crappy. I've always done that.
I'm gonna make a video only showing cutscenes and fucking music.
See, that's what you got to do. If you get flagged for something and they try to monetize it themselves and take your money, you just need to make like an unmonetized, like 5-hour video. Like, here's all your shit so people can see it for free. Screw you.
Right?
Until they shut down your channel, and then you're like,
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want to.
well.
See, I'm a full-time YouTuber now. Until like
I'm
May.
trying to cripple Count here.
No. Count's got big plans for his channel in the next 3 or 4 months. So
More and more dolls, huh?
Oh yeah, my action figure collection is growing, by the way. But
Oh Lord.
yeah, I got another one. I got one I'm working on right now. As a matter of fact, I'm about half done with it.
I told you not to get a crappy doll.
No, but
Yep.
Crappy and I do have to talk about some shit.
Oh boy, am I in trouble? Did I do something bad?
Are you mad at me, Crappy? I think
No, not at all. Why would I be mad at you?
yeah, I think you're a little miffed at me for what I said on one of your YouTube.
No, dude, I don't care. I'm just trying to keep the peace with everybody because I don't want to be involved in it.
You say on you come out publicly that you're trying to keep the peace, and then behind the scenes you talk mad shit.
I like everybody equally.
I speak my mind when I
I
see.
speak to mine. Like if somebody says something I don't like say a super patriot says something and it contradicts himself, I'll call him out. I don't give a fuck. But I
Right.
still like everybody equally.
If it was one thing that didn't affect anybody else, I would let it go. But if you're going to sit there and run your big yapper, and then the same thing's going on that you're doing or your buddy's doing, that's no worse than the guy you're complaining about, or is even worse than the guy you're complaining about, then you need to shut your mouth. It's that simple. You know what I mean? And I'll call you out on it. Because, I'm not one of your little kiss-ass fanboys.
I don't care
Basically.
what anybody says because I'm fucking awesome. It doesn't bother me.
Everybody likes you, Crappy.
Not everybody.
loves crappy.
A lot of people think I'm a dick. You should ask the trolls in the forums what they think about me. Some of the people hate me so much in the forums, they send me hate mail in the game.
They do?
Yeah. I've had that happen before when I get their trolling forum shut down. Oh, I'm not just a battery. Oh, yes, you are, bitch. Shut the fuck up and give me power. Fucking people. Hell, when I troll, well, when I used to, I know what my role is. Fucking give you some power. Let's not talk about though, because I'm in the midst of getting their forum shut down right now. Their thread.
No, what you do is you go
Call
in
them
game.
a bunch of whiny fucking
No,
crybabies. Stop
you
complaining.
go in game. This is what you do, Crappy. You go in game, and you teach them a lesson back. You get into one of their Nexus runs or Wave runs, and do nothing but like throw Savage Growth. And when they start dying, be like, "What are you talking about? I'm a heal over time healer."
No, I'm just gonna get on my other guy.
It's like they're a
and
crowd
troll.
control troll. Like, I'm a heal over time healer. If they can't keep up, that's your problem.
I'm just gonna get on my other guy and troll and not give anybody any power. Every once in a while, I'll do a power dump because I have to keep up with my debuffs and my CC.
Yeah.
I have to do my part in the DPS too because I'm not just a battery. But
Yeah.
anyway, what do you guys think about Mogo and Ranks? I think Ranks looks really cool.
Oh, I thought so too. I thought they both looked cool.
I think Mogo just looks like the usual shitty rock palace. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like anything I haven't seen.
Right.
But
Yeah,
like
but
Ranks,
they were even talking about
looks
how
cool.
Ranks looks so much like a Brainiac ship.
Yeah, it's a yellow Brainiac ship a little bit.
it
I
does,
mean,
but it doesn't. I think now that it looks different, how they put all the
It's a
detail
little
in
different.
it. There's still some things
Yeah.
that resemble it, because that's the template they were working with
Right.
basically. But I
They-
think it looks really good. Like that one spot they showed where I guess you're gonna fight in that room where you could see another planet.
you
I
can
don't
see
know what
Mogo
planet
in
it
the
was,
back.
Earth or Mogo
Yeah, you can
or
see
something
Mogo
you
and
could see.
Earth in the back. Yeah, that was cool.
I wish I could go there and stand there, because that would be the place I would hang out. When I wasn't doing anything, instead of in front of the phase shifter watching all the losers fucking PvP each other, I would stand right there.
I thought that's the spot you just like to throw barrels
I
at.
turn
him as
into the monkey and throw barrels at
Yeah.
all the no names. Fucking no names. What's with that, man? Why is everybody no and not names on the villain side? Cut that out. If anybody
Hey,
hears
hey,
this,
hey.
you know
I'll-
and
I'll
not
have
names.
you
I don't
know.
care if you don't like me. Stop
I'll
doing
have
that.
you know,
You're fucking
Crappy.
gay.
It's a trend.
I'll
It's
have
not
you
a
know,
trend.
Crappy.
It's fucking gay. You know what I think? No skills. That's what I think. Not fuck-
Yesterday,
Shut
in
up
front
with
of the
that
phase
stuff.
shifter, I saw not crappy heels.
Oh no!
No, you didn't.
You got to be kidding me!
Not crappy heels.
It's on
No
now.
way.
Crappy's
would
gonna
never-
throw all this peace and love business out the window.
I would never
it's on
make a
now.
fucking not name.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was you, but I'm saying there was a not crappy heels.
Nobody would.
You'd
I
be mad
know.
if you saw it. You'd be mad if you saw that. You know it.
One of the guys in my league was trolling two of them that we're friends with, and they changed their names to not names. And then the dude in my league got their old name, and then like he fucking got out of the Brainiac ship and everything, and he fucking was shouting in LFG. He was like, "So and so, if you want your name back, it's gonna be 20 mil." And like he just like stole his real name. So if he ever wanted to go back to it, since he has a not name now, he can't go back to his regular name. What happens if you're not in that league anymore? Hashtag no skills. Hell yeah. Space. There has to be a space in between no and skills, though. No skills and not good. Those fucking people.
So we got somebody saying that he got kicked out of Super Patriots League and banned from the league page. Which he brought it up.
Did you get banned for glitching wave?
You got banned from mentioning PvE.
I heard somebody was in SP's league and they got banned for glitching wave. You know what? I'm all about the glitches. Everybody do them, because DC is never going to give you the gear that you want anyway. You might as well cheat. DC hates you. If you're going to spend replays, at least spend them on getting 4 pieces of gear that's not for your role.
Well, I say don't be hypocritical about it. If you're going to ban one person or a group of people, ban everyone that did it.
But don't ban
go back and do the work and search the database and get everybody that, not just a handful of people on a certain day, but get everybody.
Well, it doesn't really matter anymore, because in probably a month's time, everyone's going to have 90 gear. All that work they did to get that shit thrown out the window.
We're just doing wave now for some random feats in Nexus. We try to do the Nexus feat without waking up any robots. But, like, we almost had it, and then, I don't know, somebody was an idiot, and they stood right next to one, and it woke up. We were like, oh, what the fuck? You were banned from the Sourcecast chat for speaking the truth.
Yeah, someone said that got kicked for glitching wave. They were putting in the live stream when they were doing wave, they were putting the warrior on the wall. Well, that's a glitch. If you put the warrior on the wall, it's a glitch.
Didn't you do that? I saw you do that in a video.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but I don't kick people out of my league for doing it. I was
totally
I wouldn't tell somebody else not to do it. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't put that one video up. Plus, when I got into the instance, I'm not the tank. I'm the healer. It's out of my... I didn't know they were going to do that when I got in there. That was a pug group.
Hey, I was a virgin to that. I didn't know
when I get in there, it's not like we get to the final boss night and everyone's saying, okay, the tank says, I'm going to tank him over by the wall. What? I don't have that. That's not
frankly,
up to me.
I didn't even care that they did it. It was like half and half. I knew you and 2 other people, and then the other people I didn't know.
Yeah.
And like I didn't even care that they did it. The dude was still there. He just got stuck on the wall because I don't know what they fucking did. They made him run toward the wall, and he was an idiot, and he got stuck there.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that. I had no idea you could do that at the time. I've never... That was a long time ago. That was like, what, 2 months ago?
These people suck, and we're not going to be able to beat it any other way. Might as well. I don't want to be stuck in here for 2 hours.
Right. I mean, I don't have the Epic Odyssey feed. I never tried it.
Is it just me, or is Wave like the glitchiest PvP instance ever made? They fixed one glitch, and 5 minutes later, someone has a new one.
It's only because if you could buy the stuff out of the vendor, nobody would be trying to glitch Wave to get the gear. If you had to just rerun it to get marks over and over, there wouldn't be any glitches in Wave. But since they put the gear in there, everybody needs to find ways to fucking do the Epic Odyssey so they can get as much gear as they can. When if they just did it normal, like they did it all the fucking rest of the times where you bought the gear, there wouldn't be this glitching problem. People would just be going in there and running it and coming out. Like maybe what they could have done for the Epic Odyssey feat is award you more marks or something, instead of awarding you gear.
Well, it's like they said on the live stream when they were showing Mogo and ranks. Even the art developer was saying, we're trying to keep the room smaller so it's not exploitable. Because the larger the room, the more glitches that can happen.
That are going to be in it.
Well, good luck. That was a good idea. I guess back to the drawing board.
Why don't they quit having... Like, when you go into a final room, quit having the walls like that. You know what I mean? Make the instance where it's not... There's nothing in the way that you can catch a boss on or something like that, like columns or pillars. That's kind of, it's kind of a two-way street. if the environment is like that, you're going to find a way to maybe do something quirky and be able to hang the boss up or something like that. So they need to make those rooms.
All I know is that they keep if they keep that mentality, we're never gonna have huge epic boss battles.
Well,
I think they were just trying to save on graphic size and shit. Memory.
Probably.
But like ranks look super cool. I'm gonna be hanging out there a lot. I know that.
All I know is that in like other MMOs, you got rooms that are like fucking humongous.
right. But they're smooth. I mean, what I've seen is there's nothing that the boss can get stuck on and stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, there's glitches in other MMOs. Don't get me wrong. I played.
Have you ever watched? Okay, this is gonna be kind of funny to like compare this to DC, but have you ever watched the Deathwing fight in World of Warcraft? Oh
No.
my god, that looks so fun.
I-
You climb the dragon. There's forms where you're just fighting the hands. There's forms where you're on the back of the dragon.
I know what
There's
you're talking
forms where
about.
you fight like the head and shit, and
Right.
you have to climb it, and you have to be careful with how you climb it because you can just get knocked off and die. We're never gonna see that kind of shit in DC if if they just keep instances small and things like that.
Yeah, but you're going to have a bunch of glitching problems too.
There's not enough memory for them to do that. I don't know how other MMOs do it. I guess because they're on PC.
Yeah, it's because they're on PC.
That'll never happen on here. Maybe if the game was entirely not on PS3, they'd have some more room to do that, but I don't see that ever happening. I mean, I'd like it to, how they're going to be making the redo of Metropolis like that, and eventually they might take over the whole city, he said. Like, that would be cool. But it's still not like an epic boss fight in the city, like a giant fucking boss running around Metropolis that you had to fucking chase down and kill. Like, something like Godzilla was in there. Like, not saying Godzilla, but something big like that.
You fought,
That would be really cool.
If you were on the villain side and you fought Mogo as like a player,
Right.
that'd be badass.
That would be cool.
I don't even know who Mogo is. I thought it was a planet.
It is a planet.
That is the planet.
So you fight a planet?
It's a
How old
smaller.
If that was a boss fight in the game, that would be so kick ass. If you just like fought Mogo with his like huge ass size, and it was just players fighting Mogo.
See, I was still disappointed they didn't have Trigon as like a huge boss that you fight. I'm still disappointed in that.
Yeah, that bummed me out a little bit.
Yeah.
They talked Trigon up. He was going to
I
be
wanted to fight
3 stories
Trigon.
tall and shit like
Yeah.
that. And then,
Instead they're like, here's Wonder Woman.
Here's Wonder Woman. Yeah.
right, and Trigon's just hanging out in the back from
Yeah.
fucking the chest up, punching shit.
Now, Larson 5050 has said there's going to be new bounties. I think the new bounties are going to be part of the operations, though, kind of like the Brothers in Arms and the
iconic encounters.
yeah, the iconic encounters. I could be wrong. They may be open world bosses. I kind of hope they add open world bosses and iconic encounters. That would be nice. Have both.
Yeah, that would be cool if there were more bounties. I love bounties.
Yeah, bounties are cool.
I like them to be hard.
I've always wanted rare spawn open world bosses in DC, because other games have that.
And I want the bounties to not just stand around and do nothing. Like, I want the bounties to run around in a certain area and fuck up anybody who goes in that area. Like, if you're a low level and the bounty
Right.
is there and you're doing your
done.
mission, he's going to come over and
Right.
fuck you and everybody up over there. Like, that would be cool. I'd like that. But I get if
Well,
it was
what
like
do you
that, they wouldn't put it in an
problem-
area where you're doing low level missions.
There's already a huge problem where like low level missions kind of intertwine with high level areas, and
Right.
there's no indication of player. There's no warning for players to be like, "Oh, this is a high level area," until it's too late.
You got to
Hey,
remember though, the scope
Find out the hard way.
the scope of DC Universe Online is smaller than a lot of other MMOs that can get away with this stuff. You know, like the open world in DC Universe is small compared to other MMOs. I mean, the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
scale.
So small.
Yeah, and half of it's water. Get rid of the freaking water. I mean,
We need a new city.
yeah, make more
I need somewhere
city,
new to
less
hang
water.
out.
I mean, have the water there, but I mean, make more city. Like Guild Wars 2, the open world is just huge.
God, you guys are just ragging on my favorite game now. Come on, I love this game.
Oh, I love it too.
Comparing it to all your other MMOs, you PC elitists.
Problem is, the other MMOs are so much more time consuming than DC Universe. I mean, you can
Yeah, I
get,
like this one because it's a lot more casual. I don't want
yeah,
to sell my soul to World of Warcraft.
you almost
I
have
don't.
to keep up.
I don't
Yeah.
like games like that, like all that weird fantasy shit, potions and dragons, and
Well,
I'm not
you're.
into that.
I don't
Not enough.
mind that. It's just if you have to sit in front of your just to run dailies, you have to sit in front of your computer for 16 hours just to get your day's worth of content done. And your mom's bringing you hot pockets or whatever, like on
I wouldn't
South
mind my
Park.
bro-
It's usually not the daily content that takes a long time. It's usually the high-end epic raids that take forever.
No, the raids take forever. Getting the gear
Yeah, like
takes
a 2 hour
forever.
raid. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that would be. What if I had to go to the bathroom or eat?
That's when you say bio break, like we do already.
Can you take a break in the middle of one of those?
Yeah,
Dude, we
because it's
take
like
so many
you
breaks.
come to a place and you're looking at a boss and it's like, is everybody ready? Yeah, it's not just gonna like.
I'll be back. Yeah.
You got to realize that DC is an MMO and that it's not just doing all of these things out of nowhere. It's copying a lot of mechanics from other games.
Just
The
they're trying to
caging
do it on a
mechanic-
smaller scale.
The caging mechanic from Paradox Wave is ripped straight from a lot of other MMOs.
Yeah. True.
What do you mean, cage in the
The jail.
jail phase?
Jail phase.
Yeah. That's ripped straight from other fights in MMOs.
But this is a smaller scale MMO, so
I think it's the best one out there, in my opinion.
This one offers the most intuitive experience. It's different.
yeah.
Except for the controller roll. Oh my god, the controller roll is totally broken. I'm not just here to give people power.
Is Kaiser still with us, or did he fall asleep?
I'm here.
Okay,
He's on Chatterbait.
Well, The controller
he's playing
roll in
Warframe, I think.
Screw you, Crappy.
the controller
Don't hate
roll in
count.
other MMOs is just called support,
Yeah, not controller. Yeah.
where you buff the debuff the enemies.
Real life.
Because the Spirit World has roles like that where you're just based on buffing your allies.
So when is the winter seasonal gonna come out, man? I miss it every year. I kind of need to do it this year.
I need to do it because I did it the first year, and I didn't get to do it much the second year. Only like here and there.
I have everything from every season.
Yeah.
That's the only seasonal that I don't have complete. Like I always quit because like Call of Duty would come out and I'd go play that for a few months, and I'd always miss the Christmas shit. But now it's a little late.
Somebody
What's
just said
coming out
it's
with
coming
this
out in
update?
January. We covered that earlier.
What's
That'd be
coming out
funny.
with this?
Seasonal.
Is Armory's seasonal and Nature Sorcery coming out in this
Yep.
update?
Now, I wonder if they're going to do anything for Valentine's. Wonder if they're going to put some new content, seasonal content out for Valentine's. Since last year, they just gave everyone the feeds because the original Valentine's was a complete disaster of a seasonal.
They'll probably just keep it the way it is.
Yep.
Less work for them.
Did you get the original when the original Valentine came out? Vegas,
That is the only seasonal I have ever missed.
you ever missed that? You weren't playing at the time, right?
Yeah, I took a break after launch because there wasn't much to do.
Right. That and the debacle with the hack.
Yeah, I have a character that has that achievement and stuff like that, though.
Right.
Well, look at it this way. You'll be able to buy that achievement soon.
Ugh.
I really hope that I'll be able to. That's the one achievement that I do want to buy.
That right there is another example of people crying on the forums.
What?
Just like Fireburst. Fireburst is OP. Wah, wah, wah. My power can't beat fire. Wah, wah, wah. Like every power is really good.
Get better at
You
clipping.
just have to know how to use
Yeah,
it.
get better at clipping. Practice clipping. That's the way you get top DPS is clipping. Without clipping, you would see numbers a lot lower than they are. Clipping
You
is
just need to learn a good rotation.
Yeah.
Maybe if your power sucks,
The-
throw some
the
phase
day-
dodge in there or
The
something.
day the devs are like, let me backpedal on clipping, I will laugh so
Oh,
hard.
I will laugh. No, I won't laugh because it'll make the raids a lot harder.
They'll never take it out.
It'll make it the way that it was meant to be played.
Right.
You
Where
know
you
what,
have to
though?
see the entire animation.
I don't clip at all with mental, and I still do really well.
Yeah. You clip a little.
I
I've
clip
seen you jump
Mass Terror and
cancel.
Menace. That's it.
You jump cancel. Come on now.
No, sometimes I just jump around because when I get into it, I just like to jump. I don't know. Like,
What are you, House of Pain or something?
I just like to jump around.
Sorry, that's a 90s reference. Sorry. My bad.
No, like I'm not like one of those people that are like, oh, I'm going to cancel the last millipube of fucking terrorize out. Like, no, like it doesn't
Wait.
even save you any time to do that. Like the time you save is so little you could only divide it on a fucking
Wait a
computer
second.
program.
Wait,
There's,
back
like,
up a second. Millipube?
a millipube.
Is that I'm going to have to put that in the episode title somehow. The millipube.
No, it's gonna be a cunt hair of a second.
Fucking
that
cunt
he
hair.
gets-
It's like
I've
a
heard that
fraction,
before, but I've never
a
heard
fraction of a pube.
I've
a
never heard
pubometer.
never heard millipube.
Millipube.
Oh shit, crappy.
I think this speaks something about Crappy.
Yeah. Somebody's bringing up the Amazo and Red Tornado PvP gear.
That's apparently not gonna even be in Game Update 32. That's not coming out.
Yeah, we have no idea when the PvP season's coming out.
That got pushed back for some reason.
Let's not even go
No,
there. 'Cause
they're real behind on shit.
I'm just wondering if armories are going to come out before.
Moonbase is coming out with the Game Update 32 though.
Yeah, the changes to the moon base.
I don't think Safe House Rescue got fixed yet though.
I don't play that.
Oh my god, this guy on the forums is such an idiot. Let me ask you a question. If crowd control wasn't intended for controllers, why do we have dominance in our stats? I didn't say that crowd control wasn't
Right.
intended, you fucking idiot. I said there's a time and place for it, dipshit.
No, you should. No,
He's
there's a
probably
time
one of
and
those
place,
guys who
and
asks
you
the
have
tank
dominance
what
for
their
personal
dominance
shields.
is because he's afraid he might have more than the tank and pull aggro. Oh, I
No,
bet he's one
dominance
of
is for
those guys.
shields.
Jesus.
Yeah, dominance
Dominance
is.
for shield, and then if you have high dominance, you can add seconds to your crowd control.
Right.
Mm-mm. Dominance doesn't work like it used to.
And dominance has nothing to do with pulling aggro. I got so sick of that when the game first came out. Hey, when I was invited to a raid, I was a tank. I started as a fire tank in the game. Oh, what's your dominance, bro? And I was like, whatever it was at the time, 500 or whatever at the start. Oh, that's not high enough. You won't be able to pull aggro. And I'd get booted. I'm like, really? Dominance does not pull aggro.
This guy's like, I'll take the lead and fill you in for this. Bitch, you don't even know how the shit works. Oh my god. People are so stupid. We call controllers because we control. Oh my lord. We have the ability to polarize, freeze, set fire, grab. Yeah, no fucking kidding. And you know what those power interactions do? They cancel my fucking dots out. Stop doing that.
Oh, by the way, if anyone does download our episodes off of iTunes, this episode won't be up until January 1st. Unfortunately, I'm that far deep into my hosting package that I'm
You
waiting.
delete one.
It doesn't work that way.
Oh no.
If I delete, I have a preset amount of data that I get every month. And if I overdo it, it doesn't matter how many I delete. It's just you have a preset. So our episodes are getting longer and longer. So that's the problem. So
That's not a problem.
I can no longer upload 4 a month now with the.
God, you need to get a better hosting package.
Yeah,
than
I'm
on
looking
YouTube.
into it right now. Actually,
Stop.
Jesus.
I am
Stop
looking
being a
into it.
little
That's on
stingy
my
with the
to-do
hosting.
list for the next year. Definitely to get a different hosting package.
We're gonna have to start a fund for count. Everybody needs to chip in some money.
And I'm glad you brought that up. Not that I need money. I'm glad you brought that up. SOE is announced its dates for SOE
for
Live.
SOE Live.
Yes, they announced it. I think it's August 14th. Don't quote me on that. I have to look at the website again. I got an email, SOE, announcing the dates. I'm just letting everyone know. Not anybody. This doesn't affect anybody in our chat or anything like that. But I am starting a Kickstarter at the beginning of the year for our little crew here to try to make it to SOE. Now, whether it happens or not, we'll see. But I am going to try. And we're not asking for money or anything like that. But I'm going to come up with some creative stuff to put on the campaign, and maybe we can generate something to help us get there, as a group. If it doesn't happen, I'm probably going to go on my own anyway. But I just kind of would like to see us all go as a group if everybody else is interested. And so I am going to start at the beginning of the year a campaign on that.
Just make sure you don't lose track of Crappy. We don't need him wandering off and buying a bunch of pretzel burgers.
Yeah, Crappy will have a leash. That's one thing we'll have to buy. We'll have to have a leash on Crappy.
I'm gonna have to sneak out back
because he'll get put in jail. He'll get put in a Las Vegas jail.
Wait a minute. We have to cover this. Did you
I'll be
just
hanging
say
out
you
with
don't
hookers
eat
and
pretzel
weed.
burgers anymore? What happened?
I don't know. I don't eat them. It was my time to quit. You know what I mean? I didn't want to put on any
But
extra
you're
pounds.
out the pretzel burgers. That's your thing. How can you quit?
You went
What would
to
I be
Pretzel
going to the
Burgers
gym for,
Anonymous? Yes, my name is Crappy Heels, and I am a pretzel burgeraholic. Hello, Crappy, and all that stuff. Did you have to go through all that to quit?
No, I just quit. I got good willpower.
You're a Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
It's
This
your
guy
it's
said-
your willpower.
Listen to this. You should
Thought you were
step
a
back and think of how awful it is going to be in T6 content with the controller class being broken and needing to struggle with power into the T5. What are you talking about? The troller roll is not broken. You suck. That's what I think I'm just gonna put that. The troller roll is not broken.
Make a YouTube
suck.
video out of it, Crappy.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna fucking troll wave tonight.
Say, look,
And
guys.
I'm gonna post a fucking video up on this fucking page. I'm gonna be like, troll don't look broken to me. You fucking give some power.
You just suck.
Done something
Yeah,
once in a while,
exactly.
and you fucking put some debuffs on shit. How is that broken?
Hey, here's a concept for people that play this game. If you get out damaged, maybe the guy was a better player than you. If you get beat in PvP, maybe he was better. Maybe it's not the power. Quit making excuses for losing on the power. Quit making excuses why your damage isn't enough. Quit looking at the scoreboard. Quit. We run with guys that one guy, he comments on the scoreboard every 2 minutes, and I'm like, who cares? As long as the shit's getting done and nothing's too out of line. If it's an obvious problem like the other night where the backup troller didn't feed the main troller power, we're going to boot you. But it's not because of the scoreboard. It was just an obvious thing going on. You didn't need to look at the scoreboard to see what was happening. So, maybe you're just not, like Crappy's saying, if you not get the content done, get better gear. Work practice on it. I don't know. Quit blaming it on the
it
game.
goes for all roles too. Sometimes we'll pug like Nexus or Wave, and you'll have those 2 DPSs up there in the millions, and the third DPS is like only half their score. I'm sorry. Sometimes it is the player, not the power. Some people need to step their game up.
Exactly.
And
I've
don't
seen
be
some
like,
people
oh,
with
it's broken.
Celestial
Like maybe you
suck
just
at
need
it.
to practicing.
Oh, fire, this guy beat me by 1,000,000 in Nexus. It's got to be the power. No, maybe he's just better. Maybe he plays more than you. Maybe he practices his clipping.
My
his
thing
rotation.
with DPS is it's good to be competitive to a point. You don't have to be crazy
there's a
scoreboard checking the scoreboard after every boss fight and in the middle of every ad. But it helps the raid go a little bit faster if the DPS are trying.
Oh, of course. I want
mean?
my DPS to be competitive.
Like if you pride yourself
Right.
in becoming the best you can with your power and putting out the most damage, that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that everyone should just be happy and that if the DPS is outdoing the controller, he should be patting himself on the back, in damage because he's out damaging the controller. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying is you might be a decent DPS, but there are some people that take it real serious and they practice it and they have their shit down pat, and you're not going to beat them unless you match their work. You know what I mean? If you match their practice, the way they clip, you're not going to beat them on the scoreboard. So just let the scoreboard go. Just do the best you can.
That one guy who thought he was such an awesome DPS because he stomped on fucking pugs all the time.
Well,
and
yeah.
then he DPS with me and Rock, who are actually good DPS.
That's a big fish in a little
all
pond.
over him.
Yeah.
And he thought he was so good, and he took pictures of everybody he beat and everything like that because he was like so obsessed with the
You're
scoreboard.
talking about General
And-
Matthias. Yeah.
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 And then when he actually went against somebody who was good, he got pooped on. And my gear was pathetic to his gear. And he
So,
got
yeah, it's
pooped
the
on.
player, bro. It's not always the power. Now, there are certain powers that are broken.
Oh yeah, like
Celestial.
precision
Ah.
powers are really good. Because think of the jump in might. Like what was the max might? 22-ish maybe, and now the max might is like 34 or something like that, close to
Right.
34. So that's like 1,000 jump, maybe 11, 1,200. But precision from like 800 to 1,700 now, I think it is. But precision scales 4 points per thing of precision. Per point precision, it's like 4. I don't know, something
2,
like
isn't
that.
it?
I don't know the exact math, but
I
precision
forget.
scales way better than might. So like the precision powers are way better. They take way less power to use, and they just hit so much harder because of the amount of precision people have compared
And
to
that's
might.
why Celestial has an advantage right now.
Oh yeah, it's a good power. I don't doubt that.
Yeah, and hard light is clippable. It's a precision-based DPS power, and it's clippable. That's why it's up. If you take those clips away, it's going to drop. Even the best player will drop some. There'll still be good players with it, though. There'll be still people doing major damage with it.
I think it's 4 precision for a DPS. I don't think it's 10. I think it's like 4 to 1. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
In the shield tree, it's 10. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying
no,
like
it is 10. No,
actual-
Berserk's right. Every 10
I'm saying the
I think it
DPS
is
is
10.
one.
number though.
Every 10 precision is 1 DPS point.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
Whatever. I don't know numbers. I just do things. Like all the people on the forums that are getting out their calculators and shit. Put the fucking charge down, bitches. And
No, I
play the
agree.
game.
Precision based. I mean, just look at it. The proof is in the pudding. If you take an equal player, precision based DPS powers are, but fire's up there too. Don't get me wrong. It's might based, but I've heard people having precision based ice builds that are doing really good DPS. But it might be because
only
they're a good
because
player.
of one-handed. If you take one-handed out of the equation,
Yep.
it's not as good as it is.
Right.
One-handed is the crutch everybody's leaning on right now. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, hard light will win in most cases. It depends on what you're doing. If you're up there doing ram whip snap trap fan, like that's super beast. But if you're not using the whip and there's a ton of ads, Celestial will beat them out.
Yeah.
But hard light is definitely king. I like hard light. It's just situational now between both of those powers.
Yeah. That's
Who the better
that's definitely-
player
and a
is.
lot
But
of
if
it
you
is
had an equal
situational.
skill set player, hard light would still win.
Yeah, Tormentus says Jens Anderson said himself that he hates the scoreboard in PvE.
You need a scoreboard.
I think
though.
the scoreboard should only pop up at the end of the raid. I don't think you should be able to access the scoreboard during
Everybody
the raid.
would still be chasing it though, as long as there's a
Oh,
scoreboard
yeah.
and you're gonna see it.
But-
Everybody's still gonna be chasing it.
Yeah.
I like the scoreboard so I could see who's slacking. If there's 2 healers and we're dying a lot, I want to see which healer is the weak link. Same thing with the trolls.
Well, there might be some kind
if
of
we're short on
override.
power, I want to check the scoreboard and see what troll sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but some of that might be deceptive. You've got a sorcery healer against a celestial healer, and if the tank is super squishy, if the tank is undergeared and taking major damage, the numbers are going to be higher. So that it's not always right. I mean, sorcery's numbers are going to be higher.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, I used to, back in the day, it would be really close in the hallways of gates with the sorcery carpet because the sorcery just takes up all that damage. And my heals don't kick in until
Exactly.
people take more damage than the carpet could handle.
Like me being a celestial healer, I'll run with a sorcery. If it's a fire tank, he'll probably, even if he's less geared than me, he'll probably match my healing. But if it's an ice tank, I'll blow him out of the water on the scoreboard. I've seen it. I've seen it. It's happened a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know how you could be that powered.
I doubled-
Too busy for me.
I
How do you
doubled
heal
the
like
sorcery's equal sorcery healer that was equally geared as me. He was just a little less geared than me. I doubled his healing out with an ice tank. That same scenario with a fire tank, we're even, or he beats me. So I mean, a lot of that's situational.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know
remember
how
when
you're
Rage
healing with
comes
that
out,
power, man. How do you do that count? You can't get no time for yourself.
Do what?
What if when you're healing with Celestial, like say you wanted to like look at your phone or take a drink,
You can't do it, bro.
smoke a pipe, pick somebody up because they die, and
Celestial healing does decent damage, though. That's one thing I like about it. You can kind of contribute a little bit to the damage if you really
Well,
work.
look at it this way,
if you
Cal.
work hard at it.
you do
When-
work hard.
Yeah.
When Rage comes out with Rage Crash, where they heal all damage they take, the tank is going to be out healing both the healers.
I'm gonna have a lot of good LOL videos coming up from Rage
That's
Crashes.
true, Kaiser. That might be right.
The tank is the top healer.
I
would
have
suck.
been in a Gates run where the fire tank has out healed the secondary healer. We had to get rid of the healer. We were like, if the tank is healing more than you, bro, you got to go. You're out of here.
That's crazy. Well, you guys about ready to wrap it up for the evening?
Yeah.
We've gone
think
into
we're
the
about
hour
there.
and a half mark easily.
Yeah, we've gone a while.
Yeah, this video won't be up on iTunes till January 1st. I'm just or not the video, but the audio. And we are approaching we're just about, probably tomorrow we'll hit our 30,000th download from iTunes. So
Jeez, that's probably
Nice.
more views than my fucking channel has.
I'm kind of excited about that. I mean, I'm not sitting here bragging or anything, but when we first started, a lot of the naysayers were like, "Oh, your show won't make it. Your show won't last. You won't get." I had a lot of people send me that, and we've kind of proved them wrong. I mean, we got 30,000 iTunes downloads, so
Well, when there's stuff to talk to, like when this new DLC hits, there's going to be a ton of stuff
Yeah.
that we'll go over. We'll be very informative on it, but sometimes there's just not much going on,
But
Like
yeah,
right
I
now, we're
wanted
just
to
waiting
say
3
thanks.
years for the Nature Sorcery update. We don't even have a Christmas event going.
I just wanted to say thanks to everybody that does show up for our chat. I know our show's kind of random, but I don't announce or anything, but I do
Wait,
appreciate
kind of random?
I appreciate everybody that shows up in the chats. You're welcome to speak your mind. You'll never worry. You never have to worry about getting banned or any of that stuff. As long as you don't take it too far, don't put porn sites up or anything. But I appreciate everybody that comes to the chat. I appreciate anybody that downloads us on iTunes. It really makes the show worth doing. I just wanted to say that. I didn't mean to get all sentimental or anything, but
Before you go back to playing with your dolls.
I think I'm going to get Rock to give me
they're
his-
action figures. Damn it!
Dolls?
No, I'm going to get Rock to give me his PlayStation name and sign into his account. And I'm going to give out the Fire DPS loadout. Show everybody the rotation of the secret loadout.
No, what
Oh,
you
he-
should
he
do is
keeps that-
if you're on his account, give out all his crafting materials.
I'll
and stuff
delete
from
all his
bank.
gear.
No, give out all his mods and stuff he's probably got sitting on there, all his bits and bytes.
He keeps
I
that
think I am
loadout
gonna
close
do
to the
that.
vest, doesn't he? He that's kind of a secret.
I'm going to start trying to make the community better. I'm going to put fucking a bunch of loadouts coming up, like after the new powers out and everything for a while. I'm going to switch to a few powers, put some good loadouts out. So,
Before
'cause
you
I
do
see,
that, you're
I
gonna
see
have to make
loadouts of
Put
like,
him on my channel. I'll take him.
oh, thanks.
You're gonna
I
have to
see
make peace
people,
with
like-
the trolls first.
There's this one dude who
Forums.
has like, I don't know, he's a reputable guy, but he has like sad loadouts, man. I was like, how are you even in this league and how are you considered good? Look at these loadouts that you have on your page. He did a nature revamped test server loadout. He didn't even go over the new power voracious plants. He went over serpent call and serpent cell or
Serpent
whatever
Call, yeah.
and all the other ones. And everybody in the comments was like, bro, why didn't you go over the power that's probably going to be one of the best powers for nature? Oh, like, oh, really? How are you going to miss that one?
Voracious
You're gonna-
plants. That's kind of like, isn't that kind of
Gauss
like a
Sort
sticky
of.
bomb, or is that Gauss grenade? What's that
It has
like?
the same animation as like
Gauss grenade.
Gauss grenade, I
Gauss
think. Is it an
grenade.
overhand throw or is it an underhand throw? I don't remember.
Overhand.
Yeah.
Glenn
No,
knows
not
Glenn knows his
Kaiser. He's
shit,
good.
man.
It's
I don't
like
wanna-
Gauss grenade where it's a really quick throw,
Yep.
and you get extra damage if the enemy already has poison spores on them, which is why it's so good. Because you can hit like up to like 1500s, 2000s, and it's really, 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 really quick.
Yeah, and it hits up to 4 enemies. I
Yep.
wonder if it splits.
Probably.
Probably not if it's only hitting 4 enemies. I wouldn't think it would split.
Well, guys, we really do have to wrap it up. I know I go through this every week. I say it like 3 or 4 times. We got to wrap it up. We got to. I got file
Listen, the
sizes.
guy who
I got
wants to
file
acquire
sizes to worry
DPS.
about,
Oh,
man.
PvP. Oh, I don't know. I'm lost.
Do what?
PvP fire loadout. I
You-
don't know what you'd use in PvP.
Yeah, you probably. I don't know about that either. I don't know.
Inferno fiery weapon.
But anyway,
Snuff out.
guys, we got to be wrapping
Detonate.
it up. So
Just
All right.
because you say it isn't going to make it happen.
I know.
I know we're gonna keep going. So how about tomorrow?
No.
What's everyone having for breakfast?
All right, guys. Well, we got to
we
go.
gotta go.
So say what you got to say real quick. Make it snappy.
Nope.
Go into
that's-
the troll forums. Here, I'll tell you the name of it. The name of the forum is Fixing Controller Roll. Everybody go there and make fun of these people that don't know how to troll. Help me get it shut down.
Okay. Well, we're going to end on that note. So, well, thanks everyone for joining us. I will talk to you guys a little bit later.
Adios.
Peace.